FNaF news. I'm your host, the TNT Muffin. Today we're going to be talking about Funko, Youtooz, Hex, a new FNaF game, and more. Now starting off with the Youtooz news, we have a lot here, but first of all, they just revealed a new look at the Ruined Glamrock Chica figure. So we did actually get a look at this figure before the Ruin Wave released, but nobody really liked it because it didn't really look very good, so they delayed the figure and redesigned it to look like this. It looks so much better. From this drawing, it honestly looks like one of the best FNaF Youtooz figures they've made so far. It's got a really good dynamic pose, really good model, it's got a cool little base to it, nice little scene. I think it looks really cool. Hopefully when they make it an actual figure, it looks this good too, but yeah, I think they improved it by a lot. Speaking of improving products, they also made a new version of the Springtrap plush. We did get a prototype version of this guy before, which didn't really look that good, and now we get to see that there is a newer version with a different face. I think the face looks better. It still has a lot of printed on color, but the design of it looks nicer and less goofy. I'm curious to see what the body looks like, but I like the face better now. Another product they decided to improve is that they made new versions of the Shoulder Rider Sun and Moon plushies. Now this one is a bit strange because these are plushies that have already been released a while ago, and they're just now deciding to re-release them with different designs, I guess. They haven't done this yet, as far as I know, with FNaF plushies. It's a very strange thing to be doing, but their new versions do look nice. Yeah, that's not really anything too new. Something that is new is that they have revealed all of the Curse of Dreadbear figures. They've announced that the Help Wanted wave of Youtooz figures is going to be releasing on December 29th, so very soon, and all the figures have been shown. There's Shadow Mangle, Glitch Trap, Dreadbear, and Grim Foxy, which I honestly all think look really good. So yeah, I think they did a great job with this wave. The bad news about it, though, is that it's only going to be available for 2 weeks. That sucks. I hate when they do that, because then we basically have to buy them, because, you know, they're going to be rare if you don't. So yeah, that's no fun, but there it is. Another interesting thing is that there is a chase version of Dreadbear that glows in the dark. This is our first time having a chase for a FNaF Youtooz product, so that's pretty nice. I'm not sure if I'm excited about this or not, because that just adds another amount of rarity to a thing that's already going to be rare and hard to get in the future, so that's no fun, but it's interesting to hear about, I guess. And then we've got a big amount of stuff here because they did recently do a Q&A on Reddit, so we've got a bunch of information on products now. Johnny Bloggs put together a list of all the stuff, so thank you for that. Number one is that the Fanverse plushies are releasing December 26th, so those are out now if you want to pick them up. Luckily, they're not limited time, so hopefully you'll have a bit to get them. Number two is that the movie wave will be released next and includes 4 to 5 figures. Doug and Mike are confirmed. Jason Blum might get a figure as well. I'm curious to see what those are going to be. I'm excited for that wave. Number 3, Ruined Chica, the figure we talked about before, is going to be releasing in spring of 2024. So we're going to have to wait a bit for that, but it's not too long from now. Number 4 is the Withered wave is releasing in May or June, and a Withered Freddy plush is also being designed, likely for a full wave of Withered plushies. I want to pop in here real quick because we do actually have a new piece of info, which is that the Withered wave is going to be the next one releasing, and the movie figures are going to be releasing after that. Number 5 is that toy figures will likely release next year, so a lot of FNaF 2 stuff coming. Number 6 is that Ruin/Help Wanted plushies are being designed for next year. We did already get some Ruin stuff, but it seems we're going to be getting some more, as well as Help Wanted stuff, which I assume will be the same characters as we got with the figures. Number 7, keycaps are taking longer than expected due to quality control, so we're not too sure when those are going to be releasing. And then lastly, number 8, Freddy Slippers, Balloon Boy, and Bon Bon products might be made one day. Pretty vague on that. We don't know if these products are going to be made or not, and we don't know when they would release if they're made. But, you know, I guess they could happen. Continuing on with the merch news, according to Scarlet Joker on Twitter, Funko is going to be making a Jumbo Mr. Cupcake plush. Now, this is pretty exciting to me, because we do have a Jumbo Cupcake plush already, but it's just the blacklight version, and I think it's going to be really cool to be able to get a Jumbo Cupcake plush of the normal cupcake. Some more plush news is that Pillow Pets has just revealed their new Foxy Pillow Pet. I'm not exactly sure when this guy is going to be releasing, but from what we can see, it's pretty similar to the Freddy Pillow Pet, just, you know, a pillow body with a head of a FNaF plush, basically just looking like a Funko plush, and it looks pretty good, I guess. I will say the muzzle, or the snout, or whatever you call it, it's a little bit too red. I feel like that should be a different color like it is on Foxy. But other than that, it looks pretty good. And now the big news here, an official Five Nights at Freddy's game on Roblox was released. It was called Survival Crew. It was an unfinished game, not supposed to be released when it was, and got taken down pretty fast, so I unfortunately did not get a chance to play it. From what I heard though, the game was pretty bad, you know, because it wasn't supposed to release, apparently not even for like another year. It wasn't supposed to release until 2024, so of course it wasn't completely finished and not the best game. Shortly after this happened, Scott made a Reddit post where he said, "Hey everyone, I wish I could visit on better terms more often. What a screwed up day. Bear with me. Yes, this is an official Roblox game being worked on. I'm actually a big Roblox fan and play it a lot with my kids. But the fact that this was released today is one of the most baffling, insane things to ever happen in my 10 years of working on FNaF. This is a game in its infancy. Temp assets, temp gameplay, unfinished everything. The fact that it got dropped today suddenly on the public just blows my mind. Apparently there was a huge misunderstanding when I approved a skin, and it was interpreted as release the game. I obviously took the game down immediately. So despite how difficult it might be to overlook this, well, no, I don't think this can be overlooked. It was a huge blunder. I will fix it in 2024. Again, I hope everyone can at least believe me when I say that this was a game in its testing phases and was in no way ready to be released to the public. I, myself, have never even played it yet, so again, catastrophic misunderstanding, and I apologize. Will fix. So yeah, this was not even close, like so far off from being done. Scott Kaufman didn't even get to try it out before being released, so of course not a good game, very broken, not ready yet. I assume what happened is, you know, they sent him a skin and then he was like, yeah, it looks great, you can release it, but he meant, you know, release the skin. I guess somehow they thought release the game, and they did that. So yeah, not very fun. We got another message here from A Buddy saying, a note about the recent beta release of Survival Crew. We want to apologize for the confusing beta release earlier this week. Scott has instructed that the game be completely thrown out and start over from scratch with completely new gameplay and new assets, and that it only be released when it meets a much higher standard. If it never reaches that standard, it will never be released. We look forward to providing a high-quality Roblox experience for FNaF fans. So yeah, I guess Scott was so upset with this game that he just decided, we're getting rid of it. All of this, scrap it, we're gonna start over, and we're gonna make a good game. So whatever that game was, honestly, I didn't look into it much. If you didn't like it, if you thought it was dumb, if you thought it was great even, it's all gonna be gone and completely reworked for the better or for the worse. Most likely for the better. This was crazy news to be getting. I was just hanging out and then I check, you know, Twitter, Discord or whatever, and it's like an official Roblox game released for FNaF. It's insane. I assume that's part of why Scott wanted to completely remake it, because he wanted it to be a big surprise. Now that people have played it and seen what it's going to be about, I think he wants to just restart, so it can be a surprise for everybody. But yeah, so that's pretty cool. I'm pretty excited to see what happens with that. A FNaF game in Roblox is not something I ever expected, and it's a pleasant surprise, honestly. And this is big, because this is an official collab with another game. Scott has been very hesitant on doing collabs with other games in the past, and we haven't gotten really any until now. So this could open up some doors, hopefully, you know, maybe FNaF in Fortnite, if we're lucky. We'll have to wait and see on that, but this seems very cool and I'm very excited to see the result. But that's all the news we have today. If you want to subscribe, you can click the button on top of my head. If you want to watch one of my last news videos, you can click that button over there. And if you want to see some other video I made, you can click that button over there. And I'll see you when we get some more news on that Roblox game.